we want to discuss with you is the impending fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. Images of Terence Crawford looking a lot more bigger. His stature seems to be improved in terms of pounding on the muscle for the fight with Canelo Alvarez. How do you feel he goes into the fight in terms of his physique, and how do you think that will impact the fight?
It's a great question. I don't know. I look at him. I saw him. When did I see him? When was that ring event? About a month ago? Less than that, actually. And I was like, dude, I kind of, grabbed his arm. I was like, put on some size. I always wanted him to be not skinny Crawford, but I didn't want him to go in there and weigh 168. I wanted him to come in at 161 and use your feet and be light. Because if he's trying to knock out Canelo, I think record books will tell you that ain't happening. I mean, if he does, then oh my God. But this was never about him hurting Canelo. I think this was about him just outboxing and dominating him from that standpoint. The size would suggest to me that he actually wants to have a go at Canelo, which could impact Crawford, because ultimately he's fighting at a weight that's way heavier than he's ever done before. And sparring's one thing. Under the bright lights and carrying the extra weight could be another thing. So I don't know. I feel like he's going for the kill. Maybe we're going to see an Errol Spence-like performance, but I would have preferred him to stay quite light, because I don't like Canelo's not the biggest. Canelo's not going to come into the ring at 200 pounds. It's not Benavidez. So this shouldn't need to be a size thing. I think this is a skill thing. And if it's a skill thing, my money goes on Crawford. So he doesn't need to be as big as he's looking right now.
Sorry, as you can see that I'm obviously on my phone at the same time we're doing this interview, and that's because I just wanted to double check. I believe there's a image circulating that is it Canelo has had another child during this camp.
Oh.
I just want to make sure I get that right, but I'm pretty sure that is the case. And people are kind of saying that could kind of lean to maybe an excuse being ready-made for preparations not being right. Can you take anything from that being a distraction potentially?
No, this is Canelo Alvarez. This is the guy that's been headlining pay-per-view events for post-decade, like well over a decade. This is a guy that's walked the walk more than, well, I was going to say more than any fighter now, but Manny Pacquiao's fighting. But no, this is not a distraction at all. If anything, this might be a motivation. Like, okay, cool. Let's get this done. So no. Canelo is just, dude, you're talking about someone that's fought the best of the best. Like, this is nothing for him. Like, this is a walk for Crawford. Like, all of this is big for Crawford. For Canelo's like, dude, I fought Floyd. I fought Golovkin. You know what I mean? I fought Bivol. I fought Mosley. I've done everything. Like, this is your big rodeo. For me, this is a normal Saturday. Yeah, I had a kid in between. Nothing. Kids go to bed. He's got nannies. He's got more nannies than I've got socks that will look after that kid. He's fine. He's okay. So yeah, I don't think it worries him. He's probably trying to play catch up with Crawford. What's Crawford got? 9 kids or something like that? Canelo's probably thought, okay, we need to get a couple more in there as well. That's it.
When it comes to the game planning and what we've seen from Canelo recently, I was having a discussion with one of the coaches here just earlier today, and they said that people aren't seeing Canelo show the upper body movement, show the head movement, because the fighters that have been in with haven't brought that out of them. Whereas other people in the media kind of feel like, look, we haven't seen that. That means Canelo is slipping. Where do you kind of stand on Canelo and his greatness from where it has been to where it is now?
Oh, he's definitely slipped. If anyone tells you he hasn't, they're lying. Definitely slipped. Like, I on my channel, I do the thing called the Look Back now, where I watch fights, and we just did Canelo GGG 1.
How did you score it?
I'm a GGG fan, so I went GGG.
I agree.
Yeah. He is not that guy. Like, Canelo isn't that, and you shouldn't be that guy. It's a tough fight, but that Canelo doesn't exist anymore. But I will say that I don't think the Crawford that fought Errol exists anymore. And I can only go off Majimov. And Majimov, he looked a bit slower against Majimov. He looked a bit more fleshier. So both of them have slipped. It's a case of who's slipped the most and who's got more left. Crawford's probably got more in the tank because he fights once a year. He's a part-time fighter. Whereas Canelo at least gives you twice, but Crawford's a bit older, 38. But yeah, look, Canelo's still a pound for pounder. But the Canelo I watched in that Golovkin 1 fight was pound for pound number 1. Now he's maybe 7 or 8, so he's still very, very good, but he's not that guy anymore.
Of the 2 game plans that are defeats on Canelo's ledger, that being Floyd Mayweather and Dimitri Bivol, how much can Crawford take and implement in the fight?
Difficult, because Floyd fought a young Canelo who was inexperienced. So Floyd, although Floyd was pound for pound number 1 when he fought Canelo, but Canelo was so inexperienced. It's the Bivol one. But again, Bivol was able to kind of really push Canelo back and get him on the ropes and punches and bunches. I just don't see Crawford doing that. a lot bigger than Canelo. So maybe that is the game that Crawford's trying to do. Look, Crawford's legs have slowed a little bit as well, you know. Again, this is not discrediting them. They're going to Crawford's 38. That's a long career, man. Canelo's had a 20-year career. These guys are slowing down. I think Crawford's just got to be who he is. So that means you box. When it comes to a fight, you have a fight, and you don't get bullied. I've never seen Crawford get bullied. And that's what Canelo likes to try to do to you, bully you. I don't think he's going to be able to bully Crawford. But that's why it's such an intriguing fight. In my head, I'm like, Crawford wins because he's never lost. But in my head, I'm also thinking Canelo will step up because that's kind of what Canelo does. I don't know, man. It's a tough one.
Can Crawford take it to Canelo like Triple G did?
No. To take it like that, you've got to have a chin like Triple G had. And Crawford's got a chin, obviously, right? I mean, he's only been down once, really, against Machine. Who was that guy again? Yes, Kavilauskas, which was a controversial one. But he's not been hit by anyone as hard as Canelo either. GGG had a chin where he just couldn't detonate. Whereas I feel like Crawford could get hurt. Like I've seen Crawford wobbled a couple of times. Not hurt, but wobbled. GGG up until that time was like a machine. So he certainly can't take it to him like that.
Can Crawford be as fleet as foot as Skull was or Amir Khan was? Erislandy Lara?
38, no. At 38, I think he's going to have to stand there and trade a bit. Which could be good. Could be his undoing. It was Khan's undoing, right? Obviously, Khan isn't Crawford, but it was his undoing. So eventually, you will start to slow down a bit. I think he's almost got to get the respect from Canelo early. So I think he's got to land something to make Canelo think, oh, this could be a bit more than I expected. Because if you're trying to outbox Canelo for 12 rounds, you're going to run out of gas very quickly, especially at this new weight class that he's not used to fighting at. So I think he's almost got to stand there and get his respect early, and then it becomes a boxing match. And I think Crawford's a better boxer.
And lastly, Lonnie B said to me that he felt that Terence Crawford has started showing gaps in his defense and a glaring gap similar to how Amir Khan found a big shot landing on his chin against Canelo Alvarez. He felt like that fight against Majimov showed that as he stepped up the levels and stepped up the class in opposition, there were some flaws that were shown in his defense. Have you seen that in Crawford's game, and do you think that's food for Canelo in the fight?
Majimov was awkward, man. I think we saw that in the first 5 or 6 rounds against Virgil Ortiz. Such an awkward fighter. So I don't know. It's a different style of fight. Majimov had this very, like, he's there and then he's there and he's throwing weird shots. Canelo's quite orthodox in the way in which he fights. So I think his right hand's a lot more easier to read than Majimov's was. And also, with these fighters, sometimes I feel like they feel the power of a fighter and they're like, yeah, we can go through that. So honestly, I think, so I almost feel like when Crawford needs to tuck up, he'll tuck up. When he realizes that maybe he can take a punch, he'll accept the danger of going into someone's wheelhouse to take a punch, so know he's got to get one. Dude, it's a great fight. Dude, honestly, I feel like I'm answering these questions and I've got another answer in my head. That's how close I think this fight is. And that's what it should be. This is, some say the fight of the century, which is kind of crazy, but it might be. And I genuinely think it's a 50-50 scrap. Both of them are experienced. Both of them are slightly on the decline. Both of them are all-time greats, Hall of Famers, guaranteed. But size matters in boxing. And one's used to walking around and taking hits off guys that are in the ring weighing 190. The other's not. Like Canelo's used to being in there with big boys, strong boys. Crawford ain't. Crawford ain't at all. Spence was maybe the biggest physically, and he wasn't big. He was a shadow of himself. So, I don't know, man. I like Crawford, but Canelo Alvarez is Canelo Alvarez, so we'll see.
Is the winner your pound for pound number one?
Absolutely not. Absolutely. Alexander Usyk is pound for pound number one by some distance. Like, it's in the title, poundage. Pound. Like, he gives away 40 pounds when he fights people. 30 pounds, 20 pounds. And we're talking about Crawford jumping up 20 pounds. Everyone's like, oh my God, no, not even that. Sorry, 150, 14 pounds. Everyone's going crazy. Like, what's he? Fucking Usyk fought Fury, and it's like a 50-pound difference. Nah, Usyk's number one by, like, there's an argument about Inoue Crawford. So if Crawford wins, he goes to number 2. But there ain't a fighter alive that can do anything right now for me to jump above Usyk.
Ade, pleasure. Thanks for your out.